Welcome back to Teaching Math. Today we're going to try and figure out what is slope. If you're driving, your speed is 60 miles per hour. You know how fast the distance changes over time. Slope is the same idea. We're just putting it on a graph. So for instance, this one line could show us how fast we're driving and also how far we're getting as we're driving. So then our x-axis will show the time that's passing, and then our y-axis will show the miles that we be covering. So if we're driving 60 miles per hour, right, that means in 1 hour we would be covering 60 miles. And this is the ratio of vertical and horizontal change. So it's showing the relationship, what is happening when we're moving to the right, and up, or it can sometimes be down. The simplified way of saying this is that the slope equals the change that's happening in y over the change that's happening in x. So as we're going towards right, we're also going upwards. So one thing that you need to know, there are different types of slope. So let's cover that for a moment and then we'll move forward. All right, as we saw before, I drew a line that was going upwards. Okay, so let's define what's happening here. Well, this is called positive slope, which means that we're going from left towards right, but the whole idea is that we're going up, from left to right, upwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw another one. And this will be our, what do you think it will be? It will be our negative slope. How would we define this? Think about like real life situation when we have a negative slope. Imagine maybe a water tank and we are emptying this water tank. Then as the time goes by, the water will decrease. And this negative slope is showing you the decrease in water levels. And so what happened? We were going from the left to right again, but this time we're going down. So left to right. But this time we're going down. And this is a very important situation where you always have to think about, and this is the key issue that students are always confused, which one is negative, which one is positive. All you need to do is think about it's going from left where, down or up, in order to be what type of slope. All right, let's take a look at this other slope in here. There's the third one and the fourth one. Let's take a look. And so here we call it a zero slope because, well, guess what? There's no change happening here. So no change. And we call this a zero slope. So let's imagine what's happening here. Let's say I am staying at my friend's house and I'm not going anywhere, and I'm stationary in one place as the time goes by. And so therefore, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything else. So that shows that no change in happening. You can also imagine, let's say if I was given $20 in my account and I'm not putting any money or I'm not getting any other allowance, I still have $20 as the weeks go by or days go by. That is my zero slope. There's one last one, which will be an undefined slope. Truly, this is not a slope, it's a straight line, straight vertical line. You can think of it as an elevator, right, going up and down. So this slope we call undefined. All right, so let's write some examples of the slope. What does it mean when we're talking about this? We talked about that the slope is a change when it's a vertical and horizontal line. So there's a relationship between them. Let's go ahead and write that down. So the change is in rise, which is our vertical change, and then in run, which is our horizontal change. And this could be right, and then this could be up or down. Okay, so let's see what happens when we have a positive slope. What would that look like? So positive slope would be, let's say, 3/4. So as we're going up 3, we're going to the side 4. Okay, so negative will be looking like -3/4. As you can see, it's showing us that this line is going to go down. So down and towards right. All right, let's talk about the vertical and horizontal lines. For zero slope, you might see something like this. Either it's going to say 0 over a number, or it's just going to say 0, which is 0 divided by 2. It's more simplified. And undefined will look like 2/0, which is impossible to do. We cannot divide 2 with when we have nothing. And so that will be undefined slope. Next video, we're going to discuss how to find the slope from a graph, from a point, and from an equation. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. And remember, learning math takes patience, practice, and perseverance. See you on the next one.